Hey guys, what is up? Teal Truth here, and today I'm going to break down for you the 5 best landing spots in Arena for the Kevin, aka the Cube patch. It's back, Season 10. Let's go. Let's get into it. So as you guys can see, we are back into the most recent patch of Fortnite Season 10, and Kevin, the Cube, is back in the game. You can see it here. The island is slowly moving around with time, and I wanted to break down the best landing spots utilizing this for Arena. So for the first spot, I want to break down, we're talking about the factories. So when you land factories, you're going to want to try and hit these top 2 chest spawns. As you can see here and here. You're going to want to see the chest spawn here, chest spawn down below, and then there's all sorts of floor loot up and down on the multiple levels here. And the chest spawn in here. And so here you should be able to get max metal from all of the chain link fencing around, and the different furniture is actually metal as well. I've landed here many times in solos, and it's a great spot to go. Don't forget there is a chest spawn here in this truck. Wood pallets everywhere. Loads of brick with the wall in the middle. You should have no problem getting 500, 500, 500 if this spot is not contested at all. If you guys notice that there's random weapons here spawning that you don't recognize, that's because we are in a creative mode, so you'll see all sorts of things here. Got another chest spawn here. Another chest spawn up top. Rotating to the next building, there's a chest spawn here in this chest. And we got a chest spawn here. Chest spawn here. And one more chest spawn up top. So after you've looted all of this, you will notice that the cube is on its move, right? So according to whenever you're watching this, whether it's today, the cube will still be here, but it is slowly moving with time. So note, you still might have to go a little bit of a distance to get it to utilize it for rotations. But there are zip lines coming out of here. Again, you should have 500 across the board and ready to move. So on to our second location. Okay, so the next spot I want to cover is the little hotel here. I'm not sure why I'm calling it a hotel, but that's what I've always called it. I think that there may have been a hotel here at one point in time. So anyways, when I land, I like to hit this chest spawn first in the roof. So there's one here. And then there's another one here through this wall. So you have looted both of those. You'll drop down and get all sorts of floor spawns, ammo crate, floor loot, etc. Farming materials as you go. There is a vending spawn here that you'll be sure to want to hit. There's a sort of metal through these buildings and materials there. So after I've hit that, then you will want to check and see if this chest spawn is up on top of the chair. And then you loot that back building if you so desire. There are no chest spawns there, but there is floor loot. Depending on where the circle is, you can decide where to go next. You can use the zip line to get up to the high ground here. And once you're up here, there are 3 potential chest spawns here at this outpost. Again, I'm seeing them all because I am in a creative mode. So you see one here, one here, one here, and you can farm this entire thing for metal, and you should be at max materials coming out of this. As you can see, we are still fairly close to the cube, so you are able to run down there right now, down towards the bridge, and it's going to keep moving along this line to rotate into the next zone. If you're feeling really adventurous or greedy and you know there's no one else around, you can take the zip line all the way across to try and hit the tree here and loot that before you move forward. If you see that, okay, maybe not coming all the way across here is a great idea, but you're still kind of scarce on loot, you can run to the bridge here, where there are other potential chest spawns. There are 2 potential chest spawns here, so you see one up on top, and then there's one down below this bridge spawn point. Again, another great opportunity to farm metal or brick if you were contested at all on your drop. Moving on to number 3, we are going to be looting the bones. This is going to be a great central part of the map landing spot. I've seen this called out in a few different videos, but we're going to land. You're going to see one chest spawn here, a vending machine here. If you looted that other part, you're going to see the chest spawn down below on the floor, but you're not going to want to drop down right away. You're going to want to continue to loot this. Again, you see various floor loot spawns on the different branches and moving forward into the sword itself. You're going to see another chest spawn here. Again, another fun fact that a lot of people don't necessarily know yet is you can actually farm these teeth for brick. So I'm going to do that here and show you that you can actually get a fair amount of brick. Again, this is a creative mode, so or a playground mode. You're going to see odd numbers of materials coming through. There's actually then another potential chest spawn on the very back part of this tip. I think a lot of people miss this one, so make sure you hit that as you move through. After you've hit this and you're fully looted on, you should have at least 500 brick coming out of there off the teeth. You can then get the wood as you move to the right and move towards these points. You won't have any metal coming out of this spot, but you should have at least some decent floor loot. You can hit this house as well, which also has another potential chest spawn. After you hit that, you can see where Kevin is at, where the cube is rolling through. I'm assuming it's going to continue to come this way, so this will be great in, you know, another day or two from the recording of this video. Okay, another interesting spot to land along the cube path is Shifty Shafts. I won't break down this one too much because you guys know exactly where most of the loot is here in Shifty, but I will break it down some for you where I really like to land when I come here. So one part I really do like to land on is the shafts part himself. So I will go either for the chest spawn here in the bottom below this, or the chest spawn that goes right here. And if that's all contested, I'll go bounce out of this guy. Often I'll find myself hitting this chest spawn, dropping down below, seeing what the sort of floor loot spots are. Then I'm at least in one corner and I can kind of work into the rest of Shifty depending on if I'm contested or not on my drop. So after I check that out, I will loot the top. I'll run down below, grab again the assorted floor loot that is left here. You can see again all the potential spawns here. There is one chest spawn down below here. The other interesting thing, fun fact, I don't know if you knew this, if you hit the railroad tracks, you're actually going to be able to get metal. So as I'm moving, I'm farming the support beams, I'm farming the metal, I'm farming the tracks, making sure I'm topping out on materials. I'm going to look down, there's a chest spawn down below here. You'll hit that, you'll look up. Continue to see if anyone landed on house's side or not. At this point, you may have 1 or 2 kills, or you might have had to have bounced out because you're contesting your drop. So depending on how this goes, you can take time to farm up the brick here, take out time to farm up the wood, and then look to rotate. Again, this whole video is about using Kevin and making sure you have the best rotations depending on where the zone is really at. So I would just start moving here towards the river and see where Kevin is at on this path. Alright, so the next part I really want to break down is the cube itself. So there is this moving building that is part of Kevin, and as you can see, here's the motel as he's moving. Now, one part I really want to break down is there's actually a chest spawn in here, and you can't place a floor here for whatever reason. That's pre-edited, but you can come in here and hit these double potential chest spawns. So be careful as you kind of come up here. Again, I'll show this one more. You can see I can't place a floor, but I can place a cone. Again, more of a reason to use cones as much as possible. Then I'm going to break into the roof after I've hit those, and I'm going to be hitting this chest spawn. So you could have 3 potential chests before anyone else has even got anything on the ground below you if you're contested on this landing. After I hit this roof, I'm going to want to drop down and go into this, check if this spawn is up again. 4 potential chest spawns before anyone else has even moved in. So after I've hit those, I'll look down here and check this chest spawn. I'm counting now 5 potential chest spawns along with all sorts of floor loot. Another one you want to check out then is 6 chest spawns in this building. Again, all potential. Continuing to check all that floor loot. Now, one thing I want to point out is you cannot drop down to this underground area below you, but you can maybe get a cheeky shot on someone as you see them rotating through. Another perhaps quicker way to stay in the confines of the house if you hear lots of fighting outside, to drop back down and continue to fight. We have dropped down underground, so you can see we've landed up on the very highest point. We've worked our way down to the base floor, and we will continue to look for assorted floor loot underneath here. There is a chest spawn back here down underneath in the tunnel. Thing I really want to break down is this little house in front. There is not a single chest spawn in this house. You should never be trying to hit this house. If someone lands up on the Noms hotel building, they are going to be in a much better place after we went through those 6 or 7 potential chest spawns on that area. You're almost better going off for assorted floor loot on the edge and going for these chest spawns out back. At loot the outer edge, you see 1 chest spawn, 2 chest spawns, 3 chest spawns, and 4. So as I said earlier, you don't want to land in that front building. You'll want to land in the outskirts. 1, 2, 3, 4 potential chest spawns as you rotate through here, and 5 off in the distance. So say you saw roof was contested, you don't want to land, bounce off onto this smaller building instead of fighting for that far one, you can hit this chest spawn. So after you've hit this chest spawn here, you'll want to look down at these floor loots down again below you. Remember, we just talked about that one chest spawn. There's another chest spawn right here. So if you sense a lot of pressure from now, so you can loot this, you can loot that, and then there is another even chest spawn over here that you can hit on your way through. After that, it's basically slaying and fighting. You have another chest spawn here, and really trying to work the high ground of this. Again, Kevin's going to be a great landing spot and rotation. So to sum up, I really think Kevin should be a part of your consideration when you're thinking, hey, where do I want to drop in arenas? As you can see, just the pure high ground you have, the complete lay of the map. And again, this is rotating, it is moving, so we have our different possible landing points. But at the end of the day, if you just want to just rift off of Kevin to continue to move, I think that's a great strategy and something you should implement into your arena games. So guys, I hope this really helped you break down, what are the different things I can do with Kevin? What are the different strategies of rotating off of this giant floating island that's moving across the map? I think it's a great update. I think Fortnite really needed this mobility added back to the game. So let me know in the comments, what do you like about this particular update? What are different ways that you are going to use Kevin to rotate? And come join me in my stream. I'm on twitch.tv/TailTruth and mixer.com/TailTruth. Please join. Please come say hello. We're actually doing a giveaway on Mixer for all of our followers. So mixer.com/TailTruth. Please come and follow. We'd love to have you and be a part of the community. Good luck out there.